words that I have used is 78. Now the instruction says the number of words should be 50 and I have used 78, which is good. If I use 49 words, I will get disqualified. Okay. Now, did I use all the keywords? How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I have used all of them here. And wherever I have used the keyword, I have marked it yellow background. Mistakes that people do usually is in terms of punctuation. For example, I have used a comma here. There should not be a space before comma. The space should be after comma. After comma, the word should start with lowercase, except if it's a noun or first person. Since I is first person, I am using capital letter. Okay. Every sentence should end with a full stop. After full stop, the sentence should start with a capital letter. That's a rule. I have changed the paragraph for change in thought group. And whenever I change paragraph, I change the line as well. I start as a fresh line. So my first paragraph is the introduction. I'm saying I'm very happy that you're coming for vacation. Then I wrote the entire content, the body. Then I summarized. So an email should have introduction, the main body, the crux of it, and the summary as well. Okay. Since you have written down the question already, I would want you to make a note of this email so that you can refer to it whenever you are confused how to write an effective or accurate email. I'm going to pause here so that you can make a note of this. Meanwhile, if you have a question, feel free to post it on the YouTube video. I will take a look at it and provide the answer. But make sure your question is specific to the TCS drive. Thank you. I'm going to pause so that you can make a note of this. I'm going to quickly check if we have any more relevant questions. All right, let's go. Let's quickly look at another sample. All right, this is the second one. I'm going to read this and then I would expect you to write it. Let's start. As a student representative of your department, write an email to your batchmates suggesting a party for Head of Department Professor Sunil, who is retiring next month. Sign the email as Sam. I repeat, as a student representative of your department, write an email to your batchmates suggesting a party for Head of Department Professor Sunil, who is retiring next month. Sign the email as Sam. The keywords: inform, retire, plan, surprise, party, host, family, exceptional teacher, guide, mentor, groom, students, helpful, together, memorable. Inform, retire, plan, surprise, party, host, family, exceptional teacher, guide, mentor, groom, students, helpful, together, memorable. Now here are the rules. It's mandatory to use all the keywords mentioned in the outline in your email. You can add other sentences of your choice. The name of the sender and receiver should be as given. So what is the name of the receiver? The name of the receiver is not Professor Sunil. Please don't make this mistake. This is basic, plain, simple English. You are writing an email to your batchmates, not to Professor Sunil. You can't tell the professor I am giving a surprise party, then it's not a surprise anymore. And the sender of the email is Sam. The name of the sender and receiver should be as given. The email must contain a minimum of 50 words or it will not be evaluated. If the outline is not strictly followed or correct English is not used, the grade in this section will be poor. Okay, here is your sample again. Please write an email. You have 2 to 3 minutes to do so. I'm going to pause so that you can make a note of this and you can write. Please make sure you understand the topic before you write, and I explained the entire structure. Please keep that in mind. Do not make spelling mistakes or punctuation or grammatical mistakes. You will lose points or get disqualified as well. Alright, let's start. Let me copy this. Alright, this is the list of keywords. Now I'm going to write this email. Now since I am writing the email to friends, I can use hello. And F should be capital. We need to quickly check the name. Yes. Alright, so let me zoom it out a little more. I hope this is visible. So these are the keywords: inform, retire plan, surprise party, host, family, exceptional teacher, guide, mentor, groom, students, helpful, together, memorable. So here's the email. Dear friends, as you know, our favorite professor is going to retire next month. I'm writing this email to inform you about the plan for a surprise party. So I've already used some of the keywords. Inform, he is going to retire, plan for a surprise party. Okay, so I have already used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should host this party for our Professor Sunil as well as his family. He was an exceptional teacher as well as, now exceptional teacher is also a keyword, as well as a guide and mentor. So I have guide here, mentor here. For many of us who helped us groom ourselves, so we have groom. The students always found him very helpful, so I use the students here because that's a keyword, and helpful. Hence, let's come together and make this event memorable for us. Now, memorable is also a keyword. Now, if I just select without the start and end, if I just select the introduction, the content and the summary, it comes to 80 words, and the rule says it should be 50 words. Okay, so if you look at this, there is no gap on the left, which a lot of people make mistakes on. There are no punctuation mistakes or grammatical mistakes. The entire email is left indent. Okay, so this is how the email should look like, and you will have 10 minutes to write it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out sample number 3 and 4, and sample number 3 and 4 will be your assignment for the weekend. You have the entire Sunday. Please write the answer and post it on the YouTube channel itself, on the comment section. Okay, here is the third one. I'm going to read it very slow. As a friend, write an email to Mrs. Lisa Frank congratulating for her paper getting published in prestigious international journal. Journal means a magazine. Sign the email as Alex. Congratulations, wonderful, paper, proud, accomplishment, confident, friend, informative, articulated, well researched, hard work, effort, wish, more, success. I'm going to pause here so that you can make a note of this. As a friend, write an email to Mrs. Lisa Frank congratulating for her paper getting published in prestigious international journal. Sign the email as Alex. Congratulations, wonderful, paper, proud, accomplishment, confident, friend, informative, articulated, well researched, hard work, effort, wish, more, success. Again, the same rule applies. It should be minimum of 50 words. Sender and receiver's name cannot change, neither can the keyword change. Alright, here's the fourth one. You need to write 2 assignments. If you do not submit the assignment on the YouTube channel, of course it means that you're really not interested, right? So please take the effort of sending the assignment. Here is number 4 for you. As a tourist who has taken a package tour, write an email to the travel agent, Mr. Kumar, highlighting that the hotel is far from what was promised. Sign the email as Ahmed. Package tour, the keywords, the package tour, promise, 3-star, unclean, shocked, unprofessional, customer service, disappointed, shift, expectation, facilities, and help. Alright, so sample 1 and 2 I showed you how to write. Sample 3 and 4 you need to write the email and post it on the YouTube channel. So right now this is on live mode. Once the session is done, you can post the comment here. Okay, so in the comment section either you can post your questions sorry, or you can post the response for the email as well. Please maintain the right indent. Punctuation, grammatical mistakes, punctuation mistakes, spelling mistakes should be avoided. I want to see how well you did there. Alright, thank you for watching this program. I'll see you again. Bye bye.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's session on email writing skills. This is specific to the TCS pattern that we had been speaking about since last 1 week. I want to take you through the entire pattern of the TCS selection process. Once I explain you the entire pattern, then I will take you through sample emails. Please remember, email is the area where a lot of people have failed in the past. Close to 90% of students who have done well in quantitative aptitude could not score well in email writing, because of which they did not even go to the interview round. Hence, APSSDC is providing you these online sessions live through YouTube as well as Mana TV to help you understand how to write an effective email specific to TCS pattern. So let's begin. I want to talk about the various categories that will come across for the written assessment. The first one being email writing. You will have to write one email and the time permitted is 10 minutes. You will have 20 questions in quantitative aptitude. The time permitted is 40 minutes, which means 2 minutes per question, and there are 2 questions which is marked star. I will explain what that means. Then you will have multiple choice question on C programming language. You will have 10 questions. Time permitted is 20 minutes, again 2 minutes per question. And there will be one descriptive question which is coding test. Just one program will be asked to be written. Time permitted is 20 minutes. There is an aspect of negative marking, and this negative marking is applicable only for one section, which is quantitative aptitude. So for every wrong answer you will lose 0.33% of the marks allocated for that particular question. And please remember, like I said, quantitative aptitude, you will have 2 questions which is marked as star. What happens in these 2 questions is, if you score it accurately correct, you will score 2 times the marks. For example, if the mark allocated is 1, you will end up scoring 2. At the same time, the negative marking will also double, which means if you answer it incorrectly, instead of losing 0.33, you will lose 0.66. So please keep in mind, you do not go wrong on the star mark questions, because you can score double the points, but you can also lose double the points. As far as the topics concerned for quantitative aptitude, these are the topics: probability, permutations and combinations, time and distance, time and work, equations, ratio and proportions, allegations or mixture, series and progression, average, percentage, profit and loss, problems on ages, area, shapes and perimeter, number system, HCF and LCM, and reasoning. Now, as far as email is concerned, like I said, only one email has to be written and the time permitted is 10 minutes. There are certain rules and guidelines you need to follow without a miss. Here are the list of that. Read the topic carefully. Read and understand the keywords of the key phrases mentioned. Use each and every keyword phrases mentioned. So what happens is, your email will be in this particular format. There will be a question, for example, as a friend, write an email to Mrs. Lisa Frank congratulating her for paper getting published and in prestigious international journal. Sign the email as Alex. So some of the email will tell you who is the receiver. In this case, the receiver is Mrs. Lisa Frank. It will also tell you who is the sender. In this case, the sender is Alex. After this email question, you will have a list of keywords mentioned which has to be used in the same sequence. The number of keywords could vary between 8 to 12. The keywords in this particular sample questions are congratulations, wonderful, paper, proud, accomplishment, confident, friend, informative, articulated, well researched, hard work, effort, wish, more, success. The rule says that this entire email should be written within 10 minutes and all these keywords has to be used. Even if you miss one keyword in this list, you will get disqualified. If you change the form of the keyword, for example, the first one is congratulations. Instead of using congratulations, if you use congratulated, if you use congratulating, you will get disqualified because the system will not find the keyword and it will deem the entire email as invalid. So you got to be very clear. At the same time, you cannot go wrong with the receiver and the sender's name. Okay. Now, let me read out the rules again. Read the topic carefully. Read and understand the keywords or key phrases mentioned. Use each and every keyword phrases mentioned. Even if you miss one of the keyword or phrases, the email will be invalid. Ensure keywords are used in the same form as mentioned in the topic. For example, buy cannot be used as bought. You cannot change the tense or the verb form. Keywords should be mentioned in the sequence as mentioned in the topic. Start a new paragraph for change of thought group, and new paragraph should start as a fresh line. Another set of email do's which you need to follow. You cannot miss on these. The entire email should be left indent. Don't leave a gap on left when you start a new paragraph. Use the receiver's name and sender's name as mentioned in the topic. Always begin your email with a greeting which is hello. Do not use hi. Always end your email with thanks and regards or just regards and mention the sender's name which is mentioned in the topic. Ensure the entire email is written within 10 minutes. This is very important. The time allocated for email writing is 10 minutes. You have to click on the submit button within the 10-minute mark. Even if you submit the email at exactly at 10 minutes, you may get disqualified. So finish the email as soon as possible so that you can review. 9:59 also, if you click on the submit, you are absolutely fine. Don't take a risk and submit at the 10th minute. The entire email will not take more than 5 to 6 minutes. Remaining time you can keep checking if you have used all the keywords. You need to check if you have made any spelling mistake or grammatical mistakes or punctuation mistake so that you can correct it and then click on submit. Please remember, I am reiterating this particular point. If you do not click on the submit button within 10 minutes, the email will not get submitted. It's not an auto submission which will work there. And in written assessment, you need to clear all the 4 categories. Only then you will go to the interview round. So please be very careful on that front. Okay. So click on the submit button before the 10-minute time is up. Clicking on the button even at the 10-minute mark or later will not allow the email to be submitted. Word count of the email should be as per the instruction given in the question. If the question says the email should be minimum of 50 words, if you write 49 words, you will get disqualified. So whatever is the minimum word count, you need to exceed that word count. Now here's the list of rules that you need to make sure you do not break. So these are the don'ts. Do not miss even a single keyword or phrase mentioned in the topic. Do not change the tense or the verb form of the given keyword. Do not address the receiver as hi. Do not make any spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes or punctuation mistakes. Do not exceed 10-minute time limit. Do not write the mail below the number of words given in the instruction. Okay. So now let me show you this particular sample again. We finished 2 samples last week. So this week we're going to talk about 2 more or 3 more samples. As a friend, write an email to Mrs. Lisa Frank, which means Mrs. Lisa Frank is the receiver. Congratulating her let me make the correction, for her paper getting published in a prestigious international journal. Sign the email as Alex. Basically, Mrs. Lisa Frank has published a paper in an international magazine. Journal means a magazine. You are Alex. You are writing an email to Lisa Frank to congratulate this achievement. Achievement synonym is accomplishment. You have this keyword here, so you need to work on your vocabulary as well. You need to understand all these words. The instructions will be given something like this. It is compulsory to use all the specific words mentioned in the outline in your email. So these are the specific outlines. You can add other sentences of your choice as appropriate. The name of the sender and receiver should be as given, so you cannot change the name, neither you can make any spelling mistakes there. The email must contain minimum of 50 words or it will not be evaluated at all. So the word count is minimum 50 words. If the outline is not strictly followed, including the specific words used, or correct English, including spelling and grammar is not used, the grade in this section will be poor. Which means even if you have written the correct email, even if you have used more than 50 words, even if you have submitted within 10 minutes, but if you make grammatical errors and punctuation errors, you will lose points, which means there will be negative marking those areas. So what we're going to do is we're going to write this particular email now. I'm going to open a new document so that it's easy for you to follow. Let's start. It says, as a friend, the receiver, you're writing an email to the receiver, Mrs. Lisa Frank. So let me start. Hello, Mrs. Frank. Now pay attention to the punctuation here. When I use any title, let me bold it. A title, for example, Doctor, Professor, Mr., Mrs., Miss. If I use any title, it should followed by a full stop. And wherever I use a full stop, there should be a space after that. Now, the receiver's name is Lisa Frank. The rule says, if I am using a title, I will use the last name. If I don't use this title, I can use the first name. So I can either say hello Lisa, or I need to say hello Mrs. Frank. If I use an Indian name, if the name is say Ravi Kumar, so I can say hello Mr. Ravi, or hello Ravi, or hello Mr. Kumar. And please pay attention, the name should always start with capital letter. That's a punctuation. You cannot use the title with starting with a lowercase. And after full stop, there is a space. Okay. So in this case, I will use hello Mrs. Frank. Now what is the email I am supposed to write? As a friend, write an email to Mrs. Lisa Frank congratulating her for her paper getting published in a prestigious international journal. Sign the email as Alex. Now I'm going to copy these keywords and keep it here so that I can identify if I've used it or not. So let me start the email. I just got to know about your paper. I'm going to the next line. Congratulations for this wonderful news. Or let me make it simpler for you. Hello, Mrs. Frank. Now, if I say I would like to congratulate, it's wrong. I need to use the word congratulations. Congratulations for your... Okay, let me make the change again. I need to use it in the same sequence, right? Okay. I am very proud to know about your accomplishment means achievement. I was very confident about this. And very happy to be your friend. Next line. The paper is very informative and well articulated. Well articulated means usage of the right words, the right vocabulary and all that. Okay. And also shows your hard work and effort. I wish you more. I need to use more success. Okay. Regards, Alex, because that's the sender's name I need to use. So let me zoom this out a little bit. I hope this is visible to all of you. So first one is congratulations. The second one is wonderful. Third one is paper. Fourth one is proud. Fifth one is accomplishment. Sixth one is confident. Seventh, friend. 8, informative. 9, articulated. 10, well researched. Next, hard work. Then effort. Wish more success. So I wish you more success. So let's read this to understand what I have written. Hello, Mrs. Frank. Congratulations for the wonderful news about your paper. I am very proud to know about your accomplishment. I was very confident about this and very happy to be your friend. The paper is very informative and well articulated. It shows how well researched the paper was and also shows your hard work and effort. I wish you more success in future. Now the rule says it should be minimum of 50 words. So I am not going to include the greeting except that the word count is 61 and the rule is 50. I have used 61 words, which means my email is qualified. Okay, I have used all the keywords. I have also used it in the same form which is given in the question. Another thing which you need to notice, the entire email is left indent. Let me explain what do we mean by left indent. So if I take this I just want to quickly show you to make you understand why this is extremely important. Okay, so let me extend this line a little bit. Alright, here we go. So if you look at this mail, I've just added a left or on the left side I've just added this particular straight line. Do you see it? Okay. Okay, now this should be clear. If you see this mail, the entire email is left indent. The mistakes that people usually do while writing an email, when they start the email, they leave a gap for the first word of a new paragraph. Now this is how we were taught in our school, right? But this is incorrect. Let me remove this color, it's confusing us. When we learnt writing an email or writing a letter in school, this is how it was taught to us. But this is wrong. It's no longer valid. The world has changed. There need not be a gap here. So I remove this gap. The entire email should be left indent. Another thing you need to notice, when I start the email, lot of people use a comma. That comma is not needed. It's of no use. It's redundancy. So please remove that. The closing, lot of people make mistake and they make it right indent. So if I have to zoom out, so see, regards Alex, this is mentioned in right. This is also wrong. My entire email should be left indent. Okay, so I hope this is very clear to all of you. This is how the mail has to look like. The entire email should be left indent and it should meet the number of words which is a criteria. Now let me zoom in a little bit and let me take you through certain aspects of punctuation and grammar. Okay, now if you see line number 2, I have ended this sentence with a full stop. After full stop, whatever word I use, it should start with a capital letter. This was taught to us when we were in 5th standard. Basic rule of writing. After full stop, it should start with a capital letter. If you use a comma in a sentence, for example, let me show you one example here. So this example is to show the rules of grammar. I used a comma, spelling and punctuation. Okay, now pay attention here. This example is to show the rules of grammar. There is no space. After R, immediately there is comma and then there is a space. The space should be after the comma, not before the comma. Please don't make the mistake. I have seen so many people making this very basic mistake of usage of space before comma. it should always be after the comma. Alright, and if you use a comma, the next word should start with a lowercase unless it's a noun. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you this email again so that you can make a note of this. You look at the entire pattern, look at the usage of the language, the words. Please make a note of it. I'm going to show you the question first. Please make a note of this question and the keywords. Then I will switch to the email which I have written. So I'm going to pause here so that you can make a note of this. Alright, I hope you have written it down. Now here is the answer. Alright, let's move to the next email. This email I want you to write on your own. This is a fourth sample. We have done 3 so far. As a tourist who has taken a package tour, write an email to the travel agent, Mr. Kumar, highlighting that the hotel is far from what was promised. Far from what was promised means the quality of the room, the quality of the package is much lower than what was promised or what you paid for. That is what it means. Sign the email as Ahmed, which means the receiver is Mr. Kumar and the sender is Ahmed. The keywords for this email: package tour, promise, 3-star, unclean, shocked, unprofessional, customer service, disappointed, shift, expectation, facilities, help. The rule remains the same. You cannot make punctuation mistake, grammar mistake. The indent should be left. You have to use all the keywords without changing the form, and the minimum word count should be 50. Okay? I'm giving you a couple of minutes so that you understand and get started. Please write this email. I just showed you what is the way of writing the email. So please go through this. If you're watching this program on YouTube, you can post your answer on the comment section as well, the live chat. Again, key information: the receiver is Mr. Kumar, who is the travel agent. The sender is Ahmed, who has taken a travel package, a package tour. But what he got in terms of his experience, the hotel, is of low quality. Now you're writing an email expressing your displeasure, your dissatisfaction, and you want Mr. Kumar to take action. That is what the email is about. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to use alright, let's start. Hello Mr. Kumar, K should be capital. Okay. So I just added extra word, which is absolutely fine as long as I'm using the keyword.